All right, guys, well, I am down here at the range today with something awesome, a flamethrower. Guys, this is the Exothermic PULSEFIRE flamethrower, and this one is rather unique and a little bit different than a lot of other flamethrowers I've seen because it actually runs off of an arcing system on the front and a battery, as well as a pump rather than a pressurized cylinder. This, in my opinion, is one of the more safe flamethrowers to use just for everyday use, clearing weeds, melting snow, or just having fun because of the way it's designed. It also has a really nice heat shield right here and a great mode of operation to hold this. This thing is professionally made, very well done, and very easy to understand. If you guys follow my channel, you'll know I made a Mad Max truck and had this mounted to the front. That's what these crossbones are for. These are just plastic bones we put on there for theatrics, but those can come right off with the zip ties, so you'll see that heat shield at the front. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer and show you guys what I'm talking about. These are the diodes up front that come off this huge capacitor, and what they're going to do is arc. Now the pump is going to be driven by the same battery. It's going to pump out of the tank right here, a mix of diesel and gas. It's going to flow through the sparks. The sparks are going to ignite the stream, and you're going to throw the flame. I'm going to show you guys the mode of operation in a second. Again, it's got a very nice handle at the top. I've got a GoPro mount attached there. And to mount it to the truck, I actually connected a secondary switch. This is not recommended. Don't try that at home. I had that done especially for the truck. It also has a safety switch right here. You flip up to press the button to shoot the flame. The battery compartment is located at the top. You simply plug it in, and it uses these very common batteries. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to Exothermic. My battery arrived dead, and they overnighted me one for the video, but their customer service is amazing. These are really cool guys, but you don't have to just get your batteries from them. Again, these are the batteries you can find. They're kind of hobbyist batteries for airsoft, RC cars, things like that. And you can find them as cheap as about $14 a piece with free prime shipping on Amazon. I'll link to some of those in the description below. Also, the flamethrower, guys, comes in at a very reasonable price. You can buy these, I say reasonable price, a lot cheaper than others on the market. In my opinion, this is a lot better than others on the market. A lot of others use a torch that you have to light and then run propane. So as you're sitting idle, you're burning propane for that pilot torch, and you're constantly throwing a flame, which in my opinion, if you set down or get it too close to the gas, that causes problems. This can sit idle potentially for hours until you're ready to use it. Flip the switch and press the button, or flip a secondary switch on the side. So it's got the on and off switch, and then it's got the actuation switch. So what I'm going to do is hook up the battery. It simply plugs into this yellow port right here. You reattach the top with this tether nut, and then I'll show you its mode of operation. This thing works incredibly well. So to fill this up, I'm using a mixture of diesel and gasoline in this very small container. This is where you have to be careful. All you do is simply unthread the nut. It's got a huge O-ring seal to prevent it from spilling or coming out while you're using it. And then I'm gonna use a 70-30, 70% gas, 30% diesel fuel. That seems to work really good. I've also used about 40-60, 60% gas, 40% diesel fuel if you want a longer stream. The more diesel you put into the mix, the further it's going to shoot, but the harder it will be to ignite. The more gas you get, the easier it is to ignite, but the shorter the throw will be. But you definitely want to mix diesel and gas. You don't want to use just one or just the other. So now we have everything mixed up. You want to make sure all of the extra gas, if you spilled any, is dried off. And again, what you're going to do is flip this switch on so you can see it was already on. It'll give you a voltage reading. It's got a low voltage shutoff, so you don't have to worry about that. Now we are hot and we are ready to go. You simply flip this up and depress the button. And this thing is awesome, guys. It works out so well. It is such a blast. It works so good. It's just hard to describe. I'm going to show you guys a few different angles to see how far it throws the flame. You want to make sure you keep this away from dry brush. It just rained out here, so it's pretty safe. But guys, this thing is a freaking blast. In summary, this thing is absolutely awesome. It works incredibly well, and it is definitely fairly safe. Now, anything involving gas, diesel fuel, flames is always inherently a risk. So you want to make sure you read your instruction manual and take all the safety precautions necessary. Make sure you got water, fire extinguisher around if you're near brush or anything like that. But this thing is a blast, and it is going to be super fun to light family bonfires with and just have fun with down at the range. If you want to see it mounted to a truck, go check out my Mad Max video. It's titled something like "I mounted a flamethrower to the truck." You should be able to find that fairly easy. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Borelli. This is the distributor that has these, and they actually have the cheapest prices on them. So I'll leave all the information and code in the description below to save yourself a ton of money. I think these MSRP around $6.99, but with a lot of those codes, you can drop them down below 600 bucks, which is the cheapest I've seen it from Borelli's website. They let me have this one at cost. They're not making a ton of money on them because I've seen cost on these things. So that is a great place to go. They support the channel. Check those guys out. This was fun. It is, I don't know, it's a niche little thing. I don't know if everybody could use a flamethrower, but it's really darn awesome, and I'm super glad I have one, at least for the channel, to have some fun with. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.